what is the response from the rest of these teams to try to punish when these cooldowns are offline? We've seen both incredible things coming out from both of these players, where Guxue a lot of the time is jumping in to use those Winston bubbles on a cooldown and just making sure that the team is safe, but I feel like he is a bit more ready to go in and get aggressive when it comes to keeping the Sojourn players in check.
That's what you need to do, shut down the Sojourns. How hard has it been for teams to shut down Shy? That is the big question. Can London actually execute that?
And I mean, this is why, because Shy is one of those team players that is going to constantly get those picks.
London? London?
No
What have you got for us, London? Backbone on the Bastion. Hadi on the Rhine. What a better way to start this series off. Let's see what you got, Backbone. That Reaper might not be a match for this Bastion. We'll see what he can do. Looks like Spark actually changing the Reaper over. Going Genji instead to try and counter this one out, but they do give up a little positioning.
Yeah, especially when you got that symmetric teleporter to get London Spitfire out of spawn faster. This Genji pick, though, really pivotal for Hangzhou SPARK to be able to get in there, make sure that deflect can mitigate some of that damage.
Point unlocked, wheels mode activated for Backbone. Oh my god, Teru. You got to be a little bit more careful than that, but Sparkr starts the fight off strong for London Spitfire. Alphayi already sent back to spawn. Hangzhou pressuring the point a little bit, so London have to revert that capture. And now it's on to Guxue to try and get on the front line, but Backbone comes up with the kill. Nowhere to hide, Guxue. London Spitfire, they're going to get the first cap this series.
Yeah, now it's really about watching what these Kiriko are going to do. The stylistic differences between Teru and Landon, where Teru, this Bastion feels like it kind of punishes that play style of being able to go on a flank and try to get a pick. So Teru is going to have to play a little bit more alongside the team, but Shy with a big pick to kick things off.
All right, Shy. Don't need to heal Backbone all too much. He has got a bit of armor to him as well. Deflection already used by Alphayi. He's going to have to play a little bit careful now. In fact, the entirety of London Spitfire backing up, and Guxue ends up fighting the dust. Backbone does fall, however. So still, London can try and juggle this point, but the Spark in the chaos managed to cap. But Landon comes out of nowhere, gets his revenge, and now it's on to Alphayi. 3% towards that blade, and the London Spitfire still struggling to get onto the points. Kitsune rushes for both sides as Alphayi dashes in, but he's so low. Luckily receives the healing cards from Teru just in time as Guxue finds himself a triple kill. London Spitfire team killed there. 5-kill streak for Alphayi, beat Blade. You're looking at that railgun too.
Oh my goodness, that Kitsune rush was so well placed here by the Hangzhou SPARK, and we're going to see a nice replay of how Guxue ended up getting that triple kill. Just while the London Spitfire were trying to retreat, Guxue gunning them down. But London Spitfire, they can come back into this one, and Backbone is switched over to the Reaper.
Bubble down for Guxue, now you've got to fear Hadi's shatter, however the beat has come out from both sides. London now carrying in this small room as Hadi lays down the shatter, but he gets next to nobody. Alphayi has pulled the blade, proving the blade sharper than hammer, but Hadi swings at him. He does manage to take him out, Rose, but the Hangzhou SPARK still have the numbers. It's 60% in building and looking like London to go for the reset. Will Hadi change to the Winston? That is the question on my lips right now.
Well, we're at least going to see a change for now from Hangzhou SPARK. Alphayi going over to the Reaper, and there's the change we're looking for. Hadi going to match the Winston coming out from Guxue, and right at the nick of time, because this is the last chance for London Spitfire to stay competitive in this first round.
Wow, Hadi got evaporated. Last fight territory now for London Spitfire. They need to come back in. They have to either go for a quick reset or find a pick. Sparkr is hunting, searching for that one, but Shy is trying to make it difficult for him. Gotta be careful. Only takes 85 energy on that railgun shot to end a 200 HP target's life. And Shy is just holding down the fort. Just so patient with these shots, spying the bridge. Teru, Landon is pretty low, and Shy setting this one up. Does end up missing the rail, and London get the touch. Overtime is triggered as they rotate to White Room, as the Hangzhou SPARK now playing all the way back. And Kiriko all available. Superich gets a double boom. Admiral and Backbone sent swimming with the fishes, and that will be round over. London Spitfire, unaware of Superich's positioning, maybe, I'm not sure. Just instantly like that. One boot, double kill, and there's the round.
I mean, those Lucios can be pretty sneaky, especially playing on that control point around the wall. So really nice to see how Hangzhou SPARK were able to control that space. And it felt like London Spitfire struggled to get back into things after losing that point capture, but this is where he came around. Right on top of the wall, the boom!
Oh my, Superich. Oh, and
no
Backbone
idea.
couldn't TP in time. Oh, a little bit of food for the fishes, I suppose.
Just not enough leeway with that ledge to be able to TP back on. But round number 2 here, as we see a symmetric teleporter from Alphayi this time to get the Hangzhou SPARK to the point first.
Yeah, I really like the rotation from Hangzhou SPARK. Puts London Spitfire in a position where they need to do something, but you saw the overhead there. Okay, no, he's not going to go for something sneaky behind them. He's just going to teleport to the rest of the team. Already used that Wraith Walk, so maybe this is a go sign for the London Spitfire. Got to be careful though. Superich has already got 3 environmental kills this game already, and he's looking for more. So Sparkr looking for blood. He takes Teru shy with an easy railgun kill. See if Hangzhou SPARK still want to contest. You have to wait for those bubbles at least, but London end up capping first, Rose.
It was a really nice rotation from London Spitfire. I mean, Hangzhou SPARK were able to get to the point first, but London just surprising them and being able to get Sparkr into a nice position to get that pick, but Hangzhou SPARK, they're back for more.
Very early bubble usage there by Guxue. The London Spitfire, they just step up with their own bubble. It's hard for Spark to really gain anything from that. Just a rotation of bubbles at this point. Speaking of which, there's another one. As Alphayi and Backbone just have the most thrilling duel from quite a long way away. Alphayi doesn't get taken fairly low, has to back on up, and the London Spitfire kind of making him hurt right now. I mean, Kitsune rushes are available, so you can imagine that's the next play for both teams. Speaking of which, there it is. A little Suzu on the point, but it goes wide. London Spitfire just get completely decimated there.
You can see the backup from Hangzhou SPARK was to allow time for Teru's Kitsune Rush to come online. And once it did, it was a battle over the point. But now it's about London Spitfire coming back into this one with the other sustain that they have, and that's an Admiral sound barrier. But what type of pace does Hangzhou SPARK set as we see Guxue get set up on the high ground and start to body block the door?
All right, there's the Primal Rage too. He's got that Sojourn in his sights. Too much chaos for Landon and Admiral to heal Hadi. That's more than enough. You cannot go in without 5. There is just absolutely no way. And then Hangzhou SPARK have a beat. They've got both DPS ults pretty much. They're in a good spot right now.
And they're getting a lot of value from their ults too. They might just need one here to keep London Spitfire at bay. So looking at Shy right now with the overclock.
See how the ultimate economy ends up panning out. Guxue makes his entrance straight on that mega pipe. That's a big death blossom from Alphayi. Takes care of Sparkr and Landon. And it helps the rest of Spark get the team kill. The London Spitfire just can't seem to get out of this choke. And like you said, 1-0 wonder, that's it. Go again. We got beat, we got railgun. Should be good.
Exactly, and that sound barrier looks like it's going to be something that Hangzhou SPARK will use as more of a get out of jail free card. Oh, where is Hadi going?
Hadi's going on a small flank, but still has that Primal Rage to back him up if he needs it. Speaking of the backup, a very early beat from the London Spitfire. They have isolated Shy, and they do manage to get him. A small boop and a displacement stops Shy, regrouping with the rest of the team. And now the Hangzhou SPARK have lost a lot of their damage. I mean, you can rely on Alphayi in these small close positions, but no like immediate one-shots, as the London Spitfire end up flipping the point.
Yeah, not before Hangzhou SPARK are going to walk away with one fight territory under their belt, but they do have to back off until the reinforcements come back in. But now it's time for those Kitsune rushes.
Oh, it is, and Backbone's looking to set up for success. A big boom from Superich in Shy's life. And once again, Backbone just running it down. It seemed too obvious. Use the Wraith to get into a position, hit that Q. Easy mode. Spark got 2 split arrows to regroup. Now London Spitfire trying to make this the last fight, 70% in building.
I think that was the best part about that Death Blossom, is that Hangzhou SPARK were just too far apart from each other. But we are entering into last fight territory, and Hadi's got that Primal Rage online.
Yeah, but so does Guxue, and it's coming up rather soon. A lot of environmental potential from both Winstons. There's the Suzu already used, and here comes the Primal. Will it be a Blade 2? Admiral gets taken clean out of the sky, sent straight to Valhalla. Same with Landon. Sparkr falls, and the Hangzhou SPARK. A quick team wipe, or it would have been if Backbone died, but he's just going to go for a quick reset, or at least try to. Alphayi determined to follow him up. They are going to cap, don't worry. Teru's still on the points. But this will be the last fight now for the London Spitfire to come back into this first map.
Yeah, and it should be a good 5 versus 5 here, because Backbone did get the reset, but someone's going to have to go in and touch now, as London Spitfire is starting to run out a bit of time.
Oh, Alphayi, okay. Shows them what they got. Hadi had to jump to that point to cause OT, and he's still got that primal rage. Jumps back to pop back in. Beat comes through from the Spark, but it doesn't hit Shy in time. Still a Death Blossom available for Alphayi as he dives down from the rafters. That primal rage disappearing rather soon for Hadi as his health falls pretty low. Alphayi with the bubble, but he gets moved away, and Sparkr finishes him off. The London Spitfire coming back in this game. Sparkr cleans up 2. Overtime in session. Can the Spark get back? Guxue is here. The Shy comes back with a railgun, but overtime ticking down too quick. Fist bumps all round as we tie up control.
Those Lucio boots have been so good to displace these ultimates coming in from both Reapers, but this time around, Admiral's was just a little bit better to make sure that that Death Blossom damage didn't stick. But now we're going over to Control Center, and this is where we sometimes see some funny business. I don't think London Spitfire is going to try anything, though, after how Garden's.
They got... all right. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not.
I want to see the Bastion again, personally. I really do. I really do. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to see more of the same here as it comes down to the wire.
Yeah, both one team teleporting out. By the looks of it. Final round of control on map number 1. Both teams pretty even. Just their rollouts. We'll see how London want to approach. Spark last time, they did end up wrapping to the point first, and then baiting the Spitfire to come in. Looks like they're going to try and do the same thing here with Guxue on the high ground. Nice little execute there from the London Spitfire, but Guxue is behind them, just Testa canning every single member of this Spitfire. Landon laid down the Suzu, he did end up hitting 5, so no one went down instantly. And now Guxue in a little bit of trouble. His backbone just walks at him. The rest of the Spark just nowhere to be found. At least they do end up trading Hadi, and in fact, Backbone is doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now for the London Spitfire, and with no front line, Admiral can just run free. A nice teleport away from Teru. Reaches back to Superich. Spitfire end up capping.
There was a lot of resource investment into keeping Backbone alive so that he could keep the front line strong after Hadi went down. But Hangzhou SPARK are back, and London Spitfire getting aggressive.
Oh, nice Suzu. You can't let Sparkr set up like that either, just kind of wobbling around, looking for some charge, looking for a headshot. You got to punish the Sojourn. You just got to force out that power slide. That's what Guxue has been just so good at doing, like we were talking about earlier, Rose. Ooh, he's pretty good at that as well. Shy with the railgun. Taking care of that weightlifter Backbone. All right, looks like an easy cap. And the discipline from these teams too. They lose one, they know they can't go, so they instantly retreat, not wasting any time at all.
Absolutely. I mean, at least as well, Backbone's going to be able to come back into this one relatively quickly, but we're about to see our first ultimates of this round come online, and London looking about 54, but Hangzhou don't need it.
Oh my Shy! Every single time a DPS from Spitfire pops their little head out, it gets taken clean off. And now the Spark, they can do what they did before, Rose, just one ultimate apiece, just take one down, make London reset and go again, but London looking at almost 5 ultimates. Oh, Shy, he is hunted.
Looking for that overclock too, maybe, but a nice backup from Hangzhou SPARK, giving a bit of space to London Spitfire, but not before they go back in.
All right, both Casino rushes coming out, and now here's the real fun. There's the beat from the London Spitfire, same with the Spark. No one going down just yet. Backbone spinning to win it on that point. Make it 2 as Alphayi comes out on top. And Guxue just causing chaos with that primal rage. It's so hard to grasp that fight if you're like a support or a DPS. You lost your mobility cooldowns as Guxue's just batting you for 6.
Yeah, I mean, the replay here, Alphayi got the Suzu, so he was very unkillable, and also bounced himself outside of the range of Hadi's Winston bubble to make sure that that Death Blossom damage would stick. But it was very expensive for Hangzhou SPARK, and London Spitfire can come back into this one with the overclock and the primal rage.
All right, Sparkr, you mess with the best! You're gonna die like the rest. Shy coming back in with another pick off on with the railgun. Admiral soon to fall, and the Hangzhou SPARK looking rather clean in this fight. They just need to end it quite quickly, and quickly they do. Hadi failing to jump over the wall as the Spark are going to claim 80%, and look where they're heading, straight to the choke point. They're going to make Spitfire work for this push.
At least London Spitfire, Hadi can go in with the primal rage, at least activate overtime if the going gets a little bit tough.
I mean, Hadi did the same thing last round, right? He popped that primal, gets to the point, but the rest of his team is just laid waste to. Shy is still just, like, I mean, that is an aggro, like, ego peak at that point. London Spitfire need to look at it, and they, 22 HP. He's good. He's safe. Hangzhou SPARK just working towards onwards right now. They're so close to that beat. Even that Kitsune rush coming online. But London SPITFIRE still managed to camp. They forced Spark into a position where their DPS and their supports were playing so far back. A complete reset, and no one's even died.
I think Hangzhou SPARK are fine with that though, because they get to come in with 3 ultimates here.
Yeah, Kitsune rush, Landon so close to his, but Admiral ends up going down. This Kitsune rush from Landon has to be huge, but Shy with the beat, with the overclock. What can you do if you're London? It's 99 to 62. Landon, Hadi dead, and Backbone as well. The Hangzhou SPARK gonna claim map number 1.
And what a dominant fashion from them too. I know that it ended up going to 3 rounds, but at the end of the day, Hangzhou SPARK had triple the eliminations that London SPITFIRE did. And so that should tell you volumes at just how many picks Shy and Alphayi were both getting in that round.
Shy's in at 15 final blows, Alphayi at 14. There was a reason why he had a smile on his face at the very end of that. Look at that.